and it's gonna be really annoying. Sorry, just prepare for that. I'll dismiss it immediately, but just prepare.
It seems like the chummy friendship between Selena Gomez and Madison Beer might be coming to an end. Fans are screaming bloody murder and swear that Madison is essentially Scar from The Lion King, but just how deep does this rabbit hole go? Well, let's get right into it and find out. First, we have Selena Gomez, the absolute icon who's been booked and busy since her Disney days, slaying everything from chart-topping bops to her billion-dollar beauty empire. Blanco, the producer extraordinaire who's behind literally every hit you've ever had on repeat, and who put a ring on Selena's finger when they announced their engagement in December 2024. And then there's Madison Beer, the rising pop girlie who went from being discovered in her bedroom by Justin Bieber to becoming a main character in her own right, with a career that's been serving nothing but lukes and bops. Now, the rumor that's got everyone and their mother pressing the notification bell is that Madison Beer has supposedly been trying to slide into Blanco's DMs, metaphorically speaking, behind Selena's back. Major yikes energy, right? But let's trace this tea back to its source before we start throwing shade. It looks like this whole moment started getting real traction from TikTok and YouTube, those breeding grounds for celeb gossip. The biggest red flag? Not a single verified entertainment plug like Billboard, TMZ, or People magazine has touched this story with a 10-foot pole. Not one, zero, nada. And in an era where these outlets are fighting for clicks, that silence is loud AF. So why would such a rumor catch fire without anyone bringing the receipts? Well, we need to understand the actual connection between Madison and Benny that does exist. The two did work together professionally. Most notably, Madison appeared in the 2019 music video for Graduation, a collab between Blanco and Juice WRLD. Beer had a cameo role in the high school montage sequence, serving looks alongside other celebs. This totally normal professional collab has somehow been twisted by internet sleuths and drama channels into something giving homewrecker vibes. But let's keep it a buck. In the entertainment industry, people work together all the time without catching feelings. That's literally just called having a job. Some gossip sites have tried to ship Madison and Benny in the past. For instance, a site once put Madison on the list of celebs Benny supposedly dated, alongside Leighton Meester and, plot twist, Selena herself. But these claims are giving major cap energy, with zero proof, and neither Beer nor Blanco has ever confirmed anything romantic was happening. The drama got a refresh in February 2025 when a fan claimed Madison might be featured on Blanco and Selena's collab album, I Said I Love You First, which dropped on March 21st, 2025. They pointed to Blanco following Beer on Instagram as their proof. But this claim is still in the trust me bro category, with no official announcement or receipts backing it up. Let's get real for a sec. Not only is there zero evidence linking Madison and Benny romantically, but the timing makes this tea lukewarm at best. Benny is literally engaged to Selena Gomez, with their relationship living rent-free in our feeds. They even dropped a whole collaborative album together last month. Meanwhile, Madison is absolutely in her era, focused on her music grind, including her 2024 spin-in tour and upcoming slays. What we're witnessing is peak parasocial behavior and stan culture creating drama that's giving fan fiction more than reality TV. Celebrity relationships, especially those connected to the Bieber-verse, become everyone's business, with fans micro-analyzing every follow, like, and emoji comment for the smallest crumb of drama. Speaking of the Biebs, his connection to both Madison and Selena adds another layer to this already messy situation. Bieber discovered Madison when she was just a bedroom singer posting covers, and he essentially made her go viral before going viral was even a thing. Meanwhile, his on-again, off-again situationship with Selena was the blueprint for toxic relationships that had us all in a chokehold for years. Some stans clearly haven't moved on from that era and keep trying to create multiverse crossover episodes involving anyone even remotely connected to this famous ex-couple. If we look at the actual tea that's been spilled about Selena and Benny, it has absolutely nothing to do with Madison Beer, but we'll get to that in a bit. Selena and Benny seem to be having the time of their lives, though. They've been spotted at countless events, looking absolutely obsessed with each other. They've served matching fit checks at Knicks games, celebrated Passover as a power couple, and basically been giving us the relationship content we didn't know we needed. Their joint album, I Said I Love You First, has been hitting different with both casual listeners and die-hard stans. Some lyrics analyzers think certain verses might be Selena finally getting closure on the Bieber chapter. We love to see that growth journey, using art to process, rather than getting caught up in petty internet drama. Believe it or not, but this whole thing started because some fans believe that Madison has sworn allegiance to Justin Bieber. Weird? Yeah, but it's only going to get even weirder, and Justin's name is going to show up a lot more in this video. So let's unpack the Madison Beer-Justin Bieber mentorship lore that's had stans side-eyeing her loyalty to him for years, even though she's collabed with Selena Gomez and insists she's moved on. Rewind to 2012. Justin Bieber was the undisputed prince of pop, and Madison Beer was a 13-year-old posting covers on YouTube. Then, boom, Justin shares her cover of Etta James's At Last on Twitter, calling her future superstar. Overnight, Madison's DMs blew up, Scooter Braun slid into her life, and suddenly Finally, she's signed to Justin's label, Island Records. Cue the Bieber protege era. For stans, this wasn't just a career launch, it was the start of a lifelong alliance. Fast forward to 2024, and even though Madison's carved her own path, fans still clock every interaction, every lyric, like she's sending coded messages to her mentor. Why won't this die? Well, celebrity mentorship arcs are catnip for fandoms. Think Britney and Christina, Ariana and Scooter. Once you're tied to a bigger star's origin story, you're forever linked in stan lore. For Madison, being discovered by Justin wasn't just a foot in the door. It became her entire identity early on. Interviews? She'd gush about Justin's advice. Performances? Critics called her Bieber 2.0. Even her debut single, Melodies, felt like a B-side to Boyfriend. But here's the twist. As Madison grew up, she pivoted hard. Her music got moodier, her image darker. Life Support was her rebrand as an alt-pop it girl, not Justin's pop prodigy. Yet, stans still treat her like she's got a Bieber tattoo hidden somewhere. Then there's the Selena of it all. Madison's collab with Selena on Selfish Love in 2021 should have been the ultimate I've moved on flex. Instead, fans treated it like a betrayal. Comments flooded with, how could she work with Justin's ex? As if Madison owed loyalty to a mentorship that peaked when she was in middle school. The logic? If Justin and Selena's past is messy, Madison must pick sides. Never mind that Justin's married to Hailey now, or that Madison and Selena have publicly supported each other. Stan math doesn't care about logic, but the real fuel for the fire? Madison's silence. She rarely addresses the Justin of it all anymore, which fans interpret as shade. When she posted a throwback to her early career in 2023, stans dissected it for Bieber references. When she liked a tweet about growing apart from mentors, Twitter exploded with all sorts of takes. It's like every move she makes gets filtered through this outdated Bieber girl lens, even though she's 25 and doing moody, melodrama-esque pop. The irony? Justin himself hasn't publicly acknowledged Madison in years. His focus is Hailey, his music hiatus, and that mustache era no one asked for. But fandoms love nostalgia, and the Bieber mentee tag is the gift that keeps giving, for better or worse. Here's the thing, mentorship isn't eternal loyalty. Imagine if your middle school soccer coach still defined your career at 25. Madison's evolved, but the internet's stuck in 2012, replaying her baby era cover like it's a prophecy. Meanwhile, actual evidence of their bond? Crickets. No collabs, no Instagram shoutouts, no studio pics. But stans don't need proof. They've got vibes. And the vibe is, once a Bieber kid, always a Bieber kid, and rumors only got worse in January 2020. Selena Gomez was in her rare era, dropping what many considered to be her healing album after the whole Bieber saga. During this main character moment for Selena, Madison Beer committed what some stans considered the ultimate betrayal. She was spotted having dinner at the same restaurant as Hailey Bieber, who had secured the bag with Justin Bieber in 2018. This coincidence broke the internet faster than those Kylie Jenner pics, with Selenators going absolutely feral in Madison's comment section. When you're friends with someone linked to your friend's ex, especially in Hollywood's high school, it's like walking into a TikTok comment section blindfolded. Madison and Hailey's bond isn't new, but stans act like it's a betrayal coded in 4K. Every PAP pic together fuels think pieces about picking sides, even if they're just grabbing iced coffee. It's giving chronically online energy, where vibes matter more than reality. The backlash was giving toxic stan behavior to the max. Fans flooded Madison's Instagram with hate comments that would make even the most seasoned influencer need a social media cleanse. Madison had to clear the air, stating, "I would literally never in a million years try to upset her. It was just a coincidence." Madison was basically saying, it's not that deep, emphasizing she wasn't plotting against Selena by simply existing in the same restaurant as Hailey. Here's where the plot twist comes in. Selena herself entered the chat and defended Madison. She wrote on Instagram, "This is disgusting reading all of this. This wasn't intentional whatsoever. I'm so disappointed that people would speak to someone like this. I have known Madison since she was a baby and watched her continue to become the woman she is. There is no issue." This was a major revelation to many fans. Selena dropping the fact that she's known Madison since she was a baby was news to most of the internet. This deep connection adds another layer to the whole situation, suggesting they've been in each other's orbit way longer than most people realized. Some messy stan accounts were trying to stir the pot even more, claiming Selena had unfollowed Madison before defending her, which had people calling Gomez manipulative for unfollowing and then white knighting after the backlash got too intense. But these claims were giving major source trust me bro energy, with no receipts to back them up. Here's the thing, celebs can't breathe without it being a statement. Madison's just existing, but her proximity to Hailey, and by extension the Bieber-Gomez universe, turns her into a walking conspiracy theory. It's like the internet's playing Among Us with her friendships, and she's always sus. What's clear is that Selena's public defense effectively ended the discourse at that time. There hasn't been a single credible screenshot, story, or source suggesting any beef between Gomez and Beer since the 2020 situation. Both queens have been focusing on leveling up their careers and personal growth journeys without throwing any shade at each other. But that wasn't all. all, there was also the Don't Take It Personally incident. Selena drops Don't Take It Personally in 2024, and within seconds, stans are dissecting the lyrics like it's the Da Vinci Code. The song's vibe? A chill clapback to exes and haters, with Selena flexing her unbothered era. But those specific lines, "He sleeps in my bed, he doesn't want ya," immediately went viral. Why? Because the internet decided it had to be about Madison Beer, Selena's alleged frenemy, tangled in the Hailey Bieber-Selena Justin Bieber lore. Cue the conspiracy TikToks. Fans also remembered how back in 2020, Selena accidentally unfollowed Madison on Instagram, sparking rumors of a feud. Selena quickly shut it down, calling Madison sweet and denying any drama. But stans have memory like elephants. They never forget. Fast forward to 2024, and Selena's lyrics about a guy choosing her bed over someone else's? Fans immediately connected dots that don't exist. "He doesn't want ya" became code for Madison. Stay in your lane. Especially since Madison's been linked to Selena's ex, Justin, and her current beau, Blanco, in past rumors. But hold up. Selena explicitly said the song is about her own experiences, not throwing shade. In interviews, she's emphasized it's a personal anthem about reclaiming power, not targeting anyone. Yet the internet doesn't believe her. Madison, who's been dragged into Selena's orbit before, just happens to be the victim of theories this time. Fans will dig up anything to prove their point, even old rumors, like unfounded claims Madison and Benny were spotted together pre-Selena, to spin a "she's stealing my man" narrative. Never mind that Benny's been openly obsessed with Selena since day one. The drama's juicier if it's messy. Then there's the timeline of it all. Selena and Madison have been photographed together multiple times post-2020 feud, smiling like everything's cool. But stans don't care about reality. They want the lore. A lyric that could be interpreted as a diss? That's all they need to resurrect the Madison versus Selena storyline. TikTok edits pop up overnight, mashing the song with clips of Madison side-eyeing the camera, captioned "She Knows." Twitter threads dissect Selena's vocal tone on "Doesn't Want Ya" like it's a courtroom testimony. But here's the kicker. Selena's entire album is about empowerment and moving on from toxicity. The song's message is literally in the title, "Don't Take It Personally." It's a mantra about not internalizing others' hate, not a call-out track. Yet fans are so deep in the celeb gossip matrix, they can't see the forest for the tea leaves. It's like when you text K and your friend thinks you're mad. Sometimes a lyric is just a lyric. The bigger issue? How female artists' work gets reduced to who's she dissing instead of what she's saying. Selena's been vocal about her mental health, her journey to self-love, and overcoming public scrutiny. But a single line about a guy choosing her bed gets more headlines than her actual message. It's giving stan culture misses the point. A tale as old as time. Madison has been super transparent about her struggles in the industry, including mental health battles and being dropped by her label after being discovered by Justin Bieber when she was barely a teenager. In her vulnerability era, she's talked about the immense pressure and how it affected her well-being. But these conversations have been about her own healing arc, rather than any ongoing drama with Selena. Meanwhile, Selena has been building her empire across music, acting, and her beauty brand, Rare Beauty. Her personal life has been serving nothing but couple goals content with Blanco, including their engagement and their collaborative album that had us all in our feels. There's zero indication that Madison Beer is even on her radar in any significant way. So here's the million-dollar question. If Selena herself said there was no issue with Madison back in 2020, why are stans still trying to make fetch happen with these beef rumors? The answer is peak parasocial relationship behavior and the long shadow of Justin Bieber. Stan culture has evolved into something that gives cult-like devotion, where fans feel the need to defend their faves against perceived enemies, even when the celebs themselves aren't bothered. In this case, the Justin Bieber connection creates this wild web of loyalty tests. Justin discovered Madison and helped make her relevant. He also had that whole situationship saga with Selena before wifing up Hailey. These connections create the perfect storm for fan fiction drama, even when the actual celebs are vibing on different frequencies. Social media is basically a drama amplifier on steroids. Platforms like TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram let rumors go viral faster than that one dance challenge that took over your FYP last month. A single emoji comment, follow, or like can be screenshot, analyzed, and turned into a 10-part conspiracy theory series. When nothing dramatic is happening, content creators have to create the drama. Otherwise, how will they keep the views coming? What we're witnessing with the Madison Beer narrative is textbook algorithm bait. Despite zero receipts and no signs of any actual drama between the parties involved, a story has taken hold that casts Madison as trying to sabotage Selena and Benny's relationship. This narrative gets engagement precisely because it builds on that 2020 moment and weaves together the complicated Bieberverse connections that live rent-free in so many people's heads. It's also the classic example of how female celebs get pitted against each other in ways that male celebs rarely experience. There's this weird expectation in pop culture that women need to be in constant competition, especially when they're connected to the same men. Madison and and Selena are both serving talent, looks, and success in their own lanes, but they keep getting reduced to Justin Bieber's ex and Justin Bieber's discovery, rather than the boss babes they actually are. Looking at the facts, both Selena and Madison are thriving in their respective eras. Selena's relationship with Blanco is goals, with the couple making countless appearances together and giving us content that's too cute to handle. Madison, meanwhile, has been booked and busy with her 2024 Spin-In tour and upcoming projects that have her fans eating good. She's been open about her self-growth journey and healing era after facing major challenges in the industry. Her socials and public appearances give zero indication that she's caught up in any drama with Selena or Benny. In February 2025, there was some chatter that Madison might actually be collaborating with Benny and Selena on their album after Benny hit that follow button on Instagram. While this collab hasn't been confirmed, if it were true, it would suggest they're on good terms professionally rather than serving the rivalry narrative. Musicians collaborate all the time. It's literally networking, not home-wrecking. The real shadow lurking over Selena and Benny's relationship isn't coming from Madison Beer, but from Selena's famous ex, Justin Bieber. Since Gomez and Blanco hard-launched their engagement in December 2024, there have been countless reports about Bieber allegedly being in his feelings, which some interpret as him not being over Selena or trying to rain on her parade. The messiest moment dropped in early April 2025, when Bieber posted a meme on Instagram featuring Gollum from The Lord of the Rings with the caption, "Girls on social media when they get engaged." This post came right after Gomez had been serving engagement ring content, leading fans to theorize it was major shade directed at her. The timing had everyone like, coincidence? I think not, especially given Bieber's history of posting cryptic content that often seems to reference his past with Gomez. Adding more fuel to the dumpster fire, Bieber apparently liked and then unliked an Instagram post of Gomez and Blanco serving couple goals. This classic move, the digital equivalent of "oops, didn't mean to," had eagle-eyed fans screen recording and sharing receipts faster than you can say Jelena was toxic anyway. A TikTok song titled "Benny" went absolutely viral, imagining Bieber and his feelings about how he treated Gomez versus how Blanco treats her. The song struck a chord with the algorithm and had countless creators using it for POV videos, keeping the narrative alive in the FYPs of millions. It's worth noting that Bieber's behavior comes amidst reports of his own struggles. Sources describe him as looking disheveled and manic in recent public appearances, with claims that he has been not sleeping and hardly eating. There's also speculation about potential trouble in paradise with his wife, Hailey Bieber, though these rumors remain in the allegedly category. This context suggests that Bieber's social media activity might reflect personal struggles rather than a calculated campaign to throw shade at Gomez and Blanco. However, the timing of his posts has inevitably made him the main character in a drama that has zero to do with Madison Beer. So how have Selena and Benny responded to this Bieber-sized elephant in the room? By serving unbothered content and focusing on their relationship. Following Bieber's meme post, Gomez shared a photo dump of romantic moments with Blanco on Instagram, including a steamy kiss pic and a beach photo with Benny plus Cell written in the sand. Blanco left a comment that was giving major hard eyes, suggesting they're too busy being in love to care about the noise. Their joint album, I Said I Love You First, which dropped on March 21st, 2025, has been eating on the charts, and some lyrics detectives believe it includes verses referencing Gomez's past with Bieber, possibly as her final word on that chapter. One track reportedly addresses an ex apologizing, which fans interpret as Bieber-coded content. This suggests Gomez is using her art to process her past, rather than letting the drama take up real estate in her head. Reports indicate that Gomez has chosen to completely ignore Bieber's alleged shade. After the meme drama, she was captured looking absolutely unbothered while filming Only Murders in the Building, suggesting she's prioritizing her bag and personal happiness over engaging with petty internet noise. Source told Daily Mail that Gomez was well aware of Hailey Bieber's vibe during her relationship with Justin and has long been onto her game, implying Selena is too experienced with this dynamic to let it affect her. The couple's appearances at all the major events like the Golden Globes and Oscars in early 2025, where they served coordinated fits described as a sign of solidarity, further suggest their relationship is solid AF. Blanco's lighthearted response to being mistaken for Bad Bunny at the Oscars and his constant hyping of Gomez in interviews paint a picture of a couple who are focused on their W's rather than the drama. In a Rolling Stone interview, Blanco spilled that he knew he would wife up Gomez early in their relationship, describing them as mutually obsessed with each other. This level of commitment and public affection suggests that whatever tea Justin Bieber is trying to spill is having zero impact on their relationship. What's really sending me is how stan culture keeps the Justin and Selena narrative alive, even as both have clearly moved on to different chapters. As a Yahoo article pointed out, fans often project their own relationship traumas and fantasies onto celebrity couples, making it nearly impossible for stars stars to escape their past relationships in the public imagination. The Selena fandom remains active years after they called it quits, analyzing every move for signs of unresolved feelings. This parasocial behavior creates a toxic environment where new relationships are constantly compared to past ones. However, Selena and Benny appear to be handling this pressure like pros, focusing on their relationship rather than the noise around them. So where does Madison Beer fit into all of this? The simple answer is, she doesn't. Despite the clickbait titles and TikTok conspiracy theories, there is zero evidence that Madison is involved in any drama between Selena, Benny, and Justin. The real tea, if any exists, appears to be related to Justin Bieber's behavior and the never-ending obsession with his past relationship with Selena. Madison Beer's connection to this narrative seems to be completely fabricated, building on her past professional work with Benny Blanco and that 2020 moment with Selena's fans. The rumor that she's trying to get close to Blanco behind Selena's back is giving major clout-chasing energy, amplified by platforms that prioritize views over facts. What this whole situation reveals is the power of stan culture and social media to create narratives that take on a life of their own, regardless of whether they're based in reality. It also highlights how female celebs in particular are constantly pitted against each other in manufactured dramas, reducing their multifaceted lives and careers to their connections with male partners. In reality, Selena Gomez appears to be thriving in her relationship with Benny Blanco, focusing on their future together while continuing to serve in music, acting, and business. Madison Beer is grinding in her own lane, building on the foundation she established after being discovered by Justin Bieber years ago. And Justin Bieber, whatever his current situation might be, is navigating his own life and relationship with Hailey. The drama that has the algorithm cooking, the idea that Madison Beer is trying to come between Selena and Benny, appears to be entirely fabricated. The real story is much less messy, but perhaps more interesting. Three talented individuals living their best lives, occasionally crossing paths in the entertainment industry web, but largely focused on their own journeys rather than the dramatic narratives created around them. Thank you for watching this video. If you'd like to watch another fascinating video like this, click on one of the boxes on your screen right now.